This is the CBS Evening News with Dan Rather and Connie Chung.
Good evening. Connie's off tonight. What could be an important shot in the arm today for reform of American health insurance. One of the biggest and most powerful citizens groups in the country has officially endorsed the two major Democratic plans now up for debate in Congress. But opponents are pouring on the rhetoric and pouring on the scorn. Chief Washington correspondent Bob Schieffer has the latest.
For the administration, a real breakthrough today. The nation's largest senior citizen association finally endorsed both Democratic bills.
And if either bill is defeated, health care reform will be dead for years to come.
But it's really getting nasty. Republicans emerged from a strategy session in a sarcastic mood after the Washington Post reported Mrs. Clinton had questioned parts of the Senate bill the president had praised.
When the president is endorsing one bill and Mrs. Clinton is endorsing the opposite bill, and they can't decide in the White House over breakfast, apparently, which bill they're for, it's no wonder the American people think it's time to slow down. I mean, this is a total mess.
Mrs. Clinton was just as sharp with Republicans on a CBS radio show.
You know, I learned the other day that when he was in the House of Representatives, Senator Dole voted against Medicare.
All of it as lobbying campaigns reached fever pitch. Restaurateurs unveil new commercials poking fun at the legislation because it triggers mandatory health insurance if employers don't buy it voluntarily.
Trigger used to be Roy Rogers' horse, but that trigger is dead. The new trigger means Congress can pass a health care bill now, and they can push off all the bad stuff till later.
Capitol Democrats showed off small business owners who support health reform, but downtown business lobbyists joined forces to beat it.
The strategy is for the business community to work in a coordinated way to kill these bills.
Republican Spectre of Pennsylvania unveiled charts claiming to show the bureaucracy the legislation would create and took them all over the Capitol. But as yet, the debate itself has broken no new ground.
The first test votes probably won't come until Friday, but the advocates say the endorsement of the seniors will really help a lot. But opponents got some new ammunition, too. The nonpartisan Congressional Budget Office released figures tonight suggesting that the Senate plan, as written, may actually increase future health care costs. Dan?
Bob Schieffer on Capitol Hill. Various sources have confirmed to CBS News White House correspondent Rita Braver tonight that Abner Mikva, Chief Judge of the Federal Court of Appeals in Washington, will be named tomorrow as the new White House counsel. Judge Mikva would replace Lloyd Cutler, who agreed to take the job in March, but only temporarily. Sources say Mikva's judicial experience and years in Congress will come in handy since he will be the president's point man in dealing with the Whitewater investigation. Meantime, the newly appointed independent counsel in the Whitewater case, Kenneth Starr, said today he wants to retain, quote, many of the staffers who worked for his predecessor, Robert Fisk. It is hard to know what's really happening inside Cuba. A group of Cuban refugees came ashore today in Key West, Florida, 2 days after allegedly hijacking a Cuban military vessel. U.S. authorities say they will do their best to prevent another mass exodus. Going by today's evidence, Cuban refugees may already be trying to flood U.S. shores, as we hear from correspondent Diana Gonzalez.
24 Cubans accused of hijacking a government boat arrived in Key West today. 14 other refugees flew to the Keys on a hijacked crop duster. Heightening concern, this is the beginning of another Mariel, the 1980 mass exodus of 125,000 Cubans to Miami.
All of a sudden, they're bigger boats, they're not rafts, therefore somebody's looking the other way. I think we're getting a message.
Members of Congress are sending a message of their own to Cuban Americans.
This time, we must call upon the community to restrain in efforts to go to the Cuban shores.
And the Justice Department has sent personnel to monitor boat activity in Key West, looking for people who might be Mariel bound. Cuba, which claimed the hijackers murdered a Cuban boat officer, today backed off that accusation. In fact, the U.S. Coast Guard says the officer was among the arrivals and may have actually commandeered the ship.
We are not interested in creating more tensions or more difficulties. We are interested in finding a solution.
The United States says it's not taking any chances this time around. The government is ready to put into action an emergency plan to block another boat lift. U.S. Navy and Coast Guard boats are now patrolling the Florida Straits. Activity on the island is also being watched closely. But at the port of Mariel, Cubans are watching and waiting too for a way out. Diana Gonzalez, CBS News, Miami.
The head of the Central Intelligence Agency gave public testimony today on a subject rarely talked about in public. At issue, did U.S. intelligence try to hide a whole building complex and its true cost, more than $300 million taxpayer dollars, from what are supposed to be by law congressional oversight committees? Correspondent Jim Stewart has that story.
The work never stopped in Northern Virginia today at the future home of the nation's most secret spy agency. Despite testimony in Congress, few knew the place even existed. Virtually no one had ever visited, and everyone was surprised at the expense. Senators called it a Taj Mahal for spies.
A lavish corporate-style headquarters where nearly everybody has a private office.
You gotta see it to believe it, and I saw it, and I still can't believe it.
CIA Director Jim Woolsey argued it wasn't quite that fancy.
It strikes me as being a relatively straightforward commercial construction type set of office buildings, frankly.
But admitted he was unsure how many millions of dollars it cost.
But you were not aware that it was 310 or 347 until
That's
recently.
correct, not until very recently.
The site will become headquarters for the National Reconnaissance Office, or NRO, which designs, builds, and analyzes data from the country's array of super-sensitive spy satellites. It's no secret the NRO was moving to Northern Virginia, but senators say they were never told how much it would cost.
And the minimal, and I emphasize minimal, notification to this committee by the NRO has outraged this member.
It was as if the covert art was being practiced on this committee.
But critics argue what Congress didn't know it should have.
If staff members or senators are not aggressive in asking the right questions, they're not going to get the right answers.
It was only 2 years ago that the very existence of the National Reconnaissance Office became public knowledge and its name no longer top secret. What Congress learned today, however, is that its finances still are. Jim Stewart, CBS News, the Pentagon.
And still ahead on tonight's CBS Evening News, new questions about the man who performed the autopsies in the O.J. Simpson case. And Eye on America. Tonight, Woodstock 94, turning a former dairy farm into a cash cow.
It starts here, with parts in every Ford, Mercury, and Lincoln designed specifically for your car. Genuine Ford and Motorcraft parts that interact with other systems. And quality care technicians have the training and support to know their exact specifications and tolerances. It's one reason more Ford, Mercury, and Lincoln owners stop here for repairs and maintenance than anywhere else. Quality care, where the quality continues.
Many doctors recommend Advil to relieve minor arthritis pain. Advil contains the #1 doctor-prescribed ingredient in its class in non-prescription strength. And it's gentler on your stomach than aspirin. Advil, advanced medicine for pain.
Get creative at Red Lobster. Create your own shrimp dinner, just $9.99.
Choose any 3 kinds of shrimp you love best, or try something new. Create your own shrimp dinner, just $9.99 for a short time.
At Red Lobster.
In Alabama today, federal investigators confirmed that the fire that destroyed Randolph County High School over the weekend was arson. The official statement said the fire was purposely set, not an accidental burning. The high school became the center of racial tension after the principal, Hewland Humphreys, threatened to cancel a prom if interracial couples attended. Earlier this week after the fire, the school board announced it was reassigning Humphreys. In Los Angeles, there's yet another new addition tonight to O.J. Simpson's defense team. CBS News has been told Simpson's lawyers have hired a top jury selection expert. Joellen Demetrius has helped defense attorneys choose jurors in a number of high-profile cases, including the first Rodney King trial. Also in the Simpson case, CBS News correspondent Bill Whitaker reports the defense is keeping up its drumfire of criticism about one particular prosecution witness.
Dr. Irwin Golden, a 15-year veteran of the LA Coroner's Office, has conducted thousands of autopsies, but his work has sometimes come under question. Now, his handling of the Nicole Simpson and Ronald Goldman autopsies has sparked intense criticism. Among other mistakes, Golden never checked the bodies for rape, never even tested if a suspect type of knife could be the murder weapon.
You understand a man is sitting in jail, faced with charges of double homicide, do you not?
Yes.
Well, when would you suggest doing these tests?
Now?
His courtroom demeanor disturbed many, prompting dozens of citizen complaints. Sources within the coroner's office say Golden was angry at the attorneys because he thought they had made a fool of him. Now, CBS News has learned that 2 weeks after he testified, Dr. Golden took out a gun at work and reportedly said something like, "This is what they should use on the attorneys." One witness took it as a joke, but it was considered serious enough to prompt an LAPD investigation. Just yesterday, the city attorney decided there wasn't enough evidence to charge Golden with carrying a concealed weapon. Golden is unreachable, but he has denied making the comment and said he had the gun for his lecture on gunshot wounds. But he's made mistakes with gunshot wounds, too. Last year, a double murder death penalty case was thrown out when the judge found Golden's autopsy unreliable. Golden said one victim was shot from a distance. The defense proved he was shot at point-blank range. Golden said the bullet exited the back of the second victim. The defense proved it entered her back. The judge declared the defendant couldn't have committed the murders and found him innocent.
Once we got our results and gave it to them, they essentially said, oops. And oops is not good when you're fighting for somebody's life.
The coroner's office calls the criticism of Dr. Golden unfair. Golden is certain to testify again when the Simpson case goes to trial. But observers say don't be surprised if prosecutors call in other forensic experts to bolster his testimony. Bill Whitaker, CBS News, Los Angeles.
Barring a last-inning miracle rally, which no one expects, there will be another baseball strike Friday. Talks between owners and players ended today, with players still refusing to accept a salary cap demanded by owners. No more talks are scheduled. Players Union Chief Don Fear said there's no reason to have a meeting, just to say you had a meeting. On Wall Street today, stock prices were mostly higher. The Dow Industrials gained 11 points.
You might be confused by all the different types of pain relievers and all their claims, but your doctor isn't. They call one type NSAIDs, like aspirin, ibuprofen, and the latest pain reliever with the main ingredient naproxen sodium. The pain reliever in Tylenol is different from all these, especially when it comes to your stomach. To varying degrees, every NSAID brand can sometimes cause the side effect of stomach irritation. Tylenol won't. The choice is clear. Tylenol, the pain reliever hospitals use most.
Go ahead, ask around. Hey, magazines will tell you. Your really good friends will even tell you.
The alpha-hydroxy acids in Alpha-Hydrox can reduce the appearance of fine lines and wrinkles because Alpha-Hydrox is an exfoliant.
And now there's an Alpha-Hydrox formula for dry, oily, normal, and sensitive skin for under $10.
Are you listening, or are you too busy looking for new wrinkles? Alpha-Hydrox at drug, grocery, and discount stores.
The new Accord EX Coupe. There's more horsepower. Handling and comfort are perfectly balanced. It has dual airbags and anti-lock brakes. We've taken it about as far as you can go. The new Accord EX Coupe. From Honda.
This 14-year-old confessed to the vicious murder of 4-year-old Derek Roby.
It was a large rock, and Eric says he threw it into Derek Roby's head.
So how do you punish a kid like this? If you were a juror, what would you do? Eye on America tomorrow on the CBS Evening News.
The United Nations military commander in Bosnia issued an unprecedented warning today to Muslim government forces. They were told that a punishment reserved so far for Serb targets could also be used against them. That warning came as new fighting around Sarajevo threatened to escalate out of control. CBS News correspondent Alan Pizzi is there.
For the first time, the Bosnian government has been threatened with NATO airstrikes. The UN commander here sent letters to both the Bosnian Serbs and the government warning that they were breaking UN agreements.
And was reminding both sides that he would use all available means, if necessary, to deter these attacks under the NATO ultimatum.
Both sides stand accused of using heavy weapons inside the 12-mile exclusion zone around Sarajevo. Although most of the fighting is on the edge of the zone, shells are falling inside it. The Bosnian government proclaims innocence.
The UN people are hostage of the Serbian army. So they cannot operate unless they accuse us at the same time as they accuse Serbs.
The UN continues to try to be even-handed, however. Anti-sniper units set up inside Sarajevo a few days ago have now been deployed in Serb-controlled areas to counter Bosnian government snipers. The UN also announced that it plans to go one step further and will now try to apprehend snipers. The problem with that is that no one knows what to do with a gunman if they actually catch one. And there's no sign anyone thinks the war will end soon. Work brigades mobilized by the Bosnian Serb government to withstand the sanctions now enforced by neighboring Serbia were busy felling trees for firewood and new homes for refugees. Milan Pandurovic came out of retirement to join a work brigade. I will work as long as the Serb Republic needs me to survive, he says. Survival seems to be the best everyone is hoping for at the moment. And threats notwithstanding, the UN is still the key to that here. Alan Pizzi, CBS News, Sarajevo.
The 160 people on board a South Korean Airbus cheated death today. The flight from Seoul skidded off the runway, landing on a resort island in a rainstorm. The plane burst into flames only 2 minutes after the 152 passengers and 8 crew made it to safety down escape chutes. Coming up next on the CBS Evening News, small businesses say they're being mauled by unfair competition.
Announcing a great way to get away from it all, including high monthly payments in the new Eldorado. Because for a limited time, the Eldorado, with its 270 horsepower Northstar system, is only $399 a month for 24 months with $2,500 down. The Cadillac Eldorado. See your Cadillac dealer now, before this special offer dashes by.
It's a great time to be silver because you're over 50 and you haven't lost your edge. Now there's a Centrum made just for you. Centrum Silver for your changing nutritional needs. Centrum Silver. It's a great time to be silver.
Is the gray in your mustache or beard making you look too old? Now there's Just for Men Brush-In Color Gel, specially for the hard-to-color hair of mustaches and beards. This brush-in gel stays put to penetrate hard-to-color hair. In 5 minutes, rinse. Your mustache or beard blends with your natural hair color, and it won't fade or wash out.
Now that's a lot better.
Just for Men Color Gel, from the leader in men's hair coloring.
You like food. You get heartburn. You take Maalox. Life is good.
What's a quarter get you for breakfast these days?
Oh, wow.
For a quarter?
A grape.
I wouldn't have breakfast. Hey, that's America's favorite cereal. And you know it's less than a quarter? Really?
25 cents for breakfast ain't bad.
Okay, here's the kicker. Kellogg's Corn Flakes and Milk is less than 25 cents a serving.
25 cents? For the milk and the cereal?
So that's the breakfast I could buy for a quarter. Kellogg's Corn Flakes, just part of the value in having breakfast with Kellogg's. 4 bowls for $1?
That's definitely a bargain.
Think life on New York City streets is crazy? Wait till you see what goes on underground.
It's alive!
An all-new 48 Hours tonight.
Owners of small stores around the country were on Capitol Hill today explaining and complaining that they are being driven out of business. The shopkeepers say they are victims of unfair competition, perhaps illegal competition, from big discount chain stores. CBS News correspondent Vicki Mabry has the story.
When the new Walmart opened outside of tiny Weatherford, Texas, downtown began folding. Locked doors and closed signs became common sights along Main Street.
What you're seeing in the local area is the
mom and pop operations being closed up, and it's all going to the big discount stores and the major corporations.
All across America, Walmarts and Kmarts and other superstores are choking off rural downtowns, replacing them with bargains and look-alike strip centers.
As you look across the country, you see a lot of evidence that we're really seeing the overstoring of America.
Complaints from local merchants about unfair competition reached Capitol Hill, where the House Small Business Committee today held hearings on the impact of the retail giants.
And while we don't want to have an unlevel playing field, we want to foster competition.
Large-scale retailers bring consumers greater choice. They bring them pocketbook savings.
Towns like Grapevine, Texas survive by reinventing themselves. The old dry goods store becomes a community theater. Carpets are sold at the former Five and Dime. The soda fountain remains as a bit of nostalgia for tourists flocking to arts and craft stores.
Our whole philosophy of business has had to change.
Because for the necessities, shoppers more often are choosing the discounters.
Well, it's convenient. In and out, it's a large facility, good parking, it's easy.
So as Congress looks into whether antitrust laws are being broken, consumers vote with their pocketbooks, taking their dollars to the superstores. Vicki Mabry, CBS News, Grapevine, Texas.
New research out tonight indicates that one of the most effective methods for reducing the spread of AIDS is often ignored, and that's in spite of a major public awareness campaign. The method, the use of condoms. But a study published in the New England Journal of Medicine finds less than half of heterosexual couples are using condoms, even when one partner is known to be infected with AIDS. We'll be back in a moment with tonight's Eye on America. But first, this commercial word. Woodstock.
Contrary to popular opinion, we at Oldsmobile don't think that the news today is all bad, or that the press is out to lure readers with sensationalist stories. In fact, we've been impressed with the fair, even-handed judgment they've used in selecting and reporting the news. We just wish they'd make our name a little bigger. It's your money.
You know what it's like when you go to the drugstore. You take your prescription in, and then you wait and wait.
Prescription for Wesley. Oh, here.
Not at the Medicine Shop Pharmacy. We guarantee fast, friendly service. In fact, if you don't receive your prescription in 15 minutes or less, we'll give you a $2 credit. The Medicine Shop, what a pharmacy was meant to be.
Save money on non-prescription products this month and join the Medicine Shop Pharmacy in raising funds for my kids.
The beaches here are great, but the sandcastles are fantastic. Call today, 1-800-44-MEXICO.
Charlie comes to play with the enthusiasm of a 20-year-old, the drive of a 30-year-old, but the body aches and minor arthritic pain of a 40-year-old. That's why Charlie uses the wonder drug, Bayer aspirin, not Tylenol. See, both relieve pain, but taken regularly, Bayer even relieves the inflammation of arthritis. Just ask your doctor.
The old man's back. Give me the ball. Showtime, Charlie. Showtime. Let's go.
Hey, you get older, you get smarter. You get Bayer.
America's fascination, if that's the right word, with the 1960s rocks on this weekend. Hundreds of thousands of people will descend on a small town in upstate New York for what is widely advertised as a recreation of the Woodstock Music Festival. The theme of the original 25 years ago was peace, and peace is also at the heart of Woodstock 94. But as John Blackstone reports in tonight's Eye on America, this time it's a piece of the prophets.
500,000 young people can get together and have 3 days of fun and music and have nothing but fun and music.
In '69, Woodstock was a celebration of flower power, peace, love, and rock and roll.
It's a free concert from now on.
Then the field was deep in mud. 25 years later, it's deep in corporate sponsors.
It's all about the music. And music and Pepsi go hand in hand.
Wouldn't it be nice if your youth was as easy to hold on to as an ice-cold Pepsi?
This Woodstock is a celebration of purchasing power. Pepsi, Polygram, and Häagen-Dazs.
Häagen-Dazs is a company very interested in a progressive contemporary image.
Freedom, freedom.
The image in '69 was more like Richie Havens.
The Woodstock that is being set up is basically taking advantage of the machines that are in place to sell things.
Joe Cocker knows a lot of things can change in 25 years.
When you look at the movie of the original, you don't even see a Coca-Cola cup, do you? You know, not even a Dixie cup about, you know. So it is a total turnaround.
There I am in front of Jimmy.
Michael Wadley made the film that helped spread the spirit of Woodstock.
Now they're going to take the Woodstock generation, the famous countercultural event, and now confuse it with the Pepsi generation.
Let me get a Woodstock t-shirt.
At Woodstock 94, counterculture means stepping up to the counter to buy officially licensed souvenirs.
Woodstock 94 is not about peace and love. Woodstock 94 is about profits and loot.
To many baby boomers, what will happen in this field this weekend is a betrayal of a time when they had more hair and fewer hang-ups. A treasured part of their youth is being repackaged for a younger generation. To many who were there, Woodstock was a cathedral, where people gathered in the belief that music could change the world.
Still available is that QVC exclusive woven cotton throw.
Now it seems the cathedral has been looted and is up for sale on a TV shopping channel.
Rock and roll isn't some little subversive anti-establishment operation anymore. Rock and roll is an industry.
All you have to do to change the world is change the channel.
Woodstock 69 was for activists. Woodstock 94 is for couch potatoes. The Woodstock trademark is actually owned by 3 middle-aged businessmen who are promoting this weekend's concert.
If it doesn't make sense financially, then no one's going to do it. The original one had the same premise, just didn't work out quite the way we wanted it to.
They are the same 3 who organized Woodstock 25 years ago.
Look what you got there, man. You couldn't buy that for anything.
You couldn't buy that for any money in the world, but that had nothing to do with the fact that we didn't want to lose a lot of money.
Don't let the past.
Crosby, Stills, and Nash, who pretty much started their career at Woodstock, will be back, even with the commercialism.
It's just corporate America trying to get in there and get their buck, you know.
They're just so much more obvious about it these days. It's the 90s. I mean, there's no subtlety at all about anything.
The times themselves do not lend themselves to recreating Woodstock. Celebrating? Absolutely.
The Woodstock generation may have aged, but somehow the Woodstock spirit of youthful optimism lives on. If it made it through the 70s and 80s, it may yet survive this weekend of marketing and hype.
We'll see you at Woodstock!
In Saugerties, New York, John Blackstone for Eye on America.
And that's part of our world. Coming up on America Tonight, music therapy for autistic children. Then, on 48 Hours, what we think's a fascinating look at the world beneath the streets of New York City. 48 Hours, New York Underground. That's tonight at 10, 9 Central Time. Now, for all of us here at the CBS Evening News, Dan Rather reporting. I'll see you again soon, underground, on 48 Hours.
Experience CBS News.
This is CBS.